Hey y'all, it's Amanda, and today we are out in the front and a portion of the side garden. This garden I'm currently in is the side garden, and it faces west. And every time I walk by it, I feel annoyed. I feel like this is just chaos here. So I am ripping out a bunch of Jupiter's beard that I grew from seed. At first I felt guilty, and then I was like, I grew this from seed. It cost me a couple bucks. It's okay. So I ripped it all out because I don't love it. I don't know what else I want to put in here permanently, but this is just not it. I'm also going to cut back some of this Verbena bonarensis just because it's getting a little floppy and it will still produce another round of blooms. So I'm giving it a little trim back and the sedum as well. Then I am going to be planting in some Tithonia seedlings that I started from seed inside, and I'm really excited to see what they will do on this giant brick wall. Now I started these Tithonia seeds inside because this area gets full hot and incredibly difficult sun all day, and so I thought just getting them a little bit of a head start might help. Tithonia has a massive taproot, so they don't love to be transplanted. That's why if you are going to transplant them, you have to transplant them very early on. Tithonia gets about 8 to 10 feet tall and produces big, bold, orange, gorgeous flowers. So I am really hoping that these get really large and in charge and basically cover this wall. Tithonia is also an annual, so it would just be something for me to enjoy for the summer into the fall before our first frost. Let's grow one of the best flowers for pollinators. Tithonia produces brilliant orange, daisy-like blooms on tall, vigorous plants that attract butterflies, bees, and hummingbirds. Growing anywhere from 4 to 10 feet tall, it thrives in full sun and blooms nonstop from summer until first frost. Now I water these in really well, and I am checking on them on a daily basis to make sure they stay moist until I start to see some significant growth in them. Okay, moving over to probably the plant I get asked about the most when people come over to my home, and that is this Virginia creeper. And this Virginia creeper originates from the base of one of the posts in front of my house. And I have to be very diligent with this Virginia creeper. I love it, but it can absolutely become a very invasive plant. You can see all that big wad of vines. That's because I just cut it down. It had gone like a good 10 to 12 feet around the side. And I'm very restrictive with the Virginia creeper. I like to keep it just in front of my house in a very specific area, and I cut down and remove anything else that exceeds those boundaries. I also like to go in and I like to cut back the Virginia creeper when it starts to berry, when it starts to put out its berries, because I do not want those berries to fully ripen, get picked by birds, and taken all over my property and all over the area. So you can see me coming in here with my Ryobi trimmer, and I'm just going through and I'm cutting off all of the stuff that's hanging really low, and I'm removing any clumps of berries that I see, just letting them all drop. Now these berries have not ripened yet, but I would say they only had a good 8 to 10 weeks left before they did. So it was important that I really got out there and took care of this. But watch as I go through and trim everything up. I found so many birds' nests. Here's one right here. In these, as I was going through several, they're all empty and they kind of got knocked down as I'm messing with the vines. I love the softness that these vines create for the front of my house. It gives my house a cottage vibe. I especially love it as we're going into fall. Virginia creeper can change to beautiful, brilliant red colors during the fall. However, my area, it doesn't. It turns more of a brown color and then everything falls off. I don't get that true red, but I still love it. I did want to point out that I'm making sure to pull the vines from up above in the gutters. And basically this little Ryobi tool almost has like a hook at the end. And so I use the Ryobi tool to kind of reach up, hook onto the vine and pull the vine down so that I can cut it. That works really, really well. Even when all of this is trimmed back, it still is beautiful. And it's not as full as it was before. I really enjoyed it in the spring. But like I said, maintenance of this and making sure that I'm really taking care of this is very important. If you're not willing to put in the time and maintenance required to control a plant like this, it is not worth it. It's not worth the trouble. So just go ahead and don't plant it. But I'm obsessed with it and I love the look that it gives the front of my house. So this corner right here is one of my hard stops for the vine as well. So everything to my right will be removed. I don't like it to go up there because it starts getting to an area that's just too hard and too far away for me to reach. And I need to keep this vine within boundaries that I can manage. So every year I come in here and I cut the vine and then I just pull it all off, and it just comes off so easily. And I will say it's incredibly satisfying to pull this vine off each season. Okay, I started really focusing on these really long vines as I was putting stuff away, and I got to thinking, I kind of don't want to waste them. Like, can't I make something out of them? And I started picking them up and just kind of looking and wondering and guessing. And so I got an idea. If you see those concrete pots off to or your left, I thought, why don't I just swirl around these vines in those concrete pots? Those are eventually going to be moved somewhere else in the garden. But why don't I just do that and then turn these into a wreath in the future? Let them dry in place. So all I did is just started winding the vines around in the inside of these pots, and we'll see what ends up happening. We'll see if it works. If it works, great, cool. Another use for these, which is really fun. If it doesn't, well, I haven't lost really anything except a little bit of time. All right, you all, I'm going to clean up after myself. I feel really good because this was a big job to get done. So I'm really grateful to have that taken care of. And so now I can just enjoy this vine until next season, which will be lovely. All right, you all, as always, she's a mad gardener or a decorator or anything else that she wants to be. Thanks, y'all.